The Mahoning County Board of Elections hosted a special hearing to decide whether or not independent candidate John White is eligible to run for mayor. Well, after some back and forth between White's attorneys and the cities, it was ultimately decided White is not eligible to run. John White was in attendance to learn whether or not he would be allowed to run in the Youngstown mayoral race. City Attorney Lou Dapolito explaining to the Mahoning County Board of Elections that there are requirements to run for office, that you must be a resident for 5 years and an elector. Dapolito says White just simply didn't meet those.
The word "and," of course, means both, to be both a resident and an elector. In this case, both requirements are necessary. He fails to meet those.
White's attorney, Ken Myers, disputing the meaning of the charter, defining an elector as someone who has the qualifications to vote as interpreted by the Supreme Court. Myers claims it isn't the same as being registered to vote and that White has those qualifications.
Even if he's got to be both an elector for 5 years and a resident for 5 years, he meets that condition. Because as the city law director in her letter said, there is no definition of an elector in the charter itself.
But the board interpreted the city's charter a different way, defining an elector as someone who has actively been a part of the elections process by voting. So although White has the qualifications to vote, he hasn't voted.
But I think the people in Youngstown don't sit around here for 20 years and don't vote and then want to run for office and vote. You got to participate in voting and having a vote. You're asking us to overturn an election of the people of the city of Youngstown. You're asking us to say, ignore what the people in the city of Youngstown have said in this charter amendment, and you overrule this on constitutional grounds. I think that's a bridge too far for me.
So White was ultimately disqualified by the board from running in that mayoral race. Now, his attorney says they'll decide by Friday if they want to appeal.